Good morning children. In this video we will study about the factors affecting the rate of photosynthesis. Okay, so there are basically two factors which affect the rate of photosynthesis. First is the external factors and second is the internal factors. First, in the external factor is light, which include quality of light, intensity of light and the duration of light. Quality of light means in which wavelength or the quality of light the rate of photosynthesis will be maximum. So, it is the blue and the red wavelength of light in which the rate of photosynthesis will be maximum, and in the green wavelength of light the rate of photosynthesis will be minimum. Second is the intensity of light. With increase in the intensity of light, the rate of photosynthesis will increase. Such type of plant will known as helophytes. Okay? But some plant grow in the less light area or in the shady area. Such type of plants are known as xeophytes. Third is the duration of light. Plant needs approx 10 to 12 hours of light to perform the process of photosynthesis. So, in general, with increase in the intensity of light, the rate of photosynthesis will increase, but at a very high light intensity, first of all the process of photosynthesis will slow down and ultimately it will stop. The second point is the carbon dioxide. So, slight increase in the concentration of the carbon dioxide will increase the rate of photosynthesis. Such effect is known as fertilization effect. But if the concentration of the carbon dioxide will increase more, the rate of photosynthesis will decrease. Such effect is known as carbon dioxide toxicity. The third point is oxygen. So, with increase in the concentration of oxygen, rate of photosynthesis will decrease. Why? Because of the process known as photorespiration. What is this photorespiration? In this process, the plant will start to fix oxygen instead of carbon dioxide, and in this process energy will be wasted. Fourth point is temperature. Slight increase in the temperature will increase the rate of photosynthesis because the enzymatic action will be enhanced, but at a very high temperature the rate of photosynthesis will decrease. Why? Because at a very high temperature it will create a stress condition in which the stomata will be closed. In the stress condition, one hormone will be released known as abscisic acid, which will close the stomata, and when the stomata will be closed, no exchange of the gases can take place, and the process of photosynthesis, first the rate will drop down and ultimately it will stop. The fifth point is the water. Okay? Fifth point is the water. As we all know, water is the raw material for the photosynthesis. So, more water will increase the rate of photosynthesis, less water will decrease the rate of photosynthesis. So, these were the external factors which were affecting the rate of photosynthesis. Now, we will deal with the internal factors affecting the rate of photosynthesis. It will include chlorophyll content, anatomy of the leaf. Chlorophyll content means if more chlorophyll molecules will be there, more rate of photosynthesis will be more, and if less chlorophyll molecules will be there, the rate of photosynthesis will be less. Okay? The second is the anatomy of the leaf. This include number of the stomata, position of the stomata, or whether the stomata is sunken or not. Number of stomata means if more number of stomata will be there, the rate of photosynthesis will be more because more exchange of the gases can take place through the stomata and the rate will be more. Position, whether the stomata is present on the upper epidermis or in the lower epidermis, whether the stomata is sunken or not. If the stomata will be closed, no exchange of the gases can take place, and ultimately the rate of the photosynthesis will drop down. So, these were the external and the internal factors affecting the rate of photosynthesis. Now, we will deal with the structure of the leaf. If you will cut the vertical leaf, then we will get the structure which will have the upper epidermis and the lower epidermis. Both the epidermis will be covered with the cuticle. What is this cuticle? Cuticle are basically the waxy layer or the covering present on the epidermis. This cuticle helps in prevention of the loss of water through evaporation. This cuticle prevent the loss of water by the process of evaporation. Okay. Below the epidermis are present palisade cells. These are elongated cell, as we can see in the diagram that palisade cells are elongated cells and they are compactly packed. Below the palisade cells are the spongy cells. They are loosely packed. Okay. Now, both the palisade and the spongy cells have the chloroplast. This circle structure are the chloroplast. Both palisade and the spongy cell have the chloroplast, and together palisade and the spongy cell will form the mesophyll layer. Now, in the spongy cell there is present the vascular bundle which include xylem and the phloem. Together means this xylem, if plant is absorbing water with the help of roots, these water are transported or conducted to each and every cells of the plant with the help of xylem. Now, using this water and also the carbon dioxide and solar energy, the plant will perform the process of photosynthesis and the food will be produced. Now, this food will be transported to each and every part of the plant, be it a flower or a bird or the root. The food will be transported with the help of phloem. Now, the xylem and the phloem together form the vascular bundle. Together they are known as vascular bundle. Now, in the lower epidermis, stomata are present. Stomata are present both on the upper and the lower epidermis, but more are present on the lower epidermis. Now, extra water are accumulated in this area. Spongy cells have some spaces where the extra water are accumulated, and these water are lost from the plant through the stomata in the form of water vapor. So, loss of water in the form of water vapor from the aerial part of the plant is transpiration. So, this loss of water through the stomata in the form of water vapor, this process is known as transpiration. Now, this stomata also help in the exchange of the gases, means carbon dioxide can move inside the plant through this stomata and oxygen can move outside the plant with this stomata. So, this stomata help in the process of transpiration as well as in the exchange of the gases. Now, we will deal with the chloroplast. So, this chloroplast is basically the site where the process of photosynthesis is taking place. So, chloroplasts are basically made up of two membrane, outer membrane and the inner membrane. In between the outer and the inner membrane, spaces are there which is known as intermembrane space. Now, this chloroplast have two parts, stroma and the grana. Now, this stroma is basically the colorless aqueous fluid surrounding the grana, and the granum are the stacks of thylakoids. Stroma are the aqueous fluid part and the granum are basically made up of thylakoids. What are these thylakoids? They are the membrane bond compartment where the light dependent reaction of the photosynthesis is taking place. In simple terms, this thylakoid, wall of the thylakoids have chlorophyll molecules which will trap the solar energy and will help in the process of photosynthesis. So, thylakoids help in the process of photosynthesis. Stack of thylakoids will form the granum. You can say this one, this is the first granum, this is the second granum, third granum, many granum will form the grana. Okay. So, these thylakoids are the structure where the photosynthesis is taking place, and many thylakoids are forming the granum. There is one more structure which is known as lamella. This lamella basically connects the stack of thylakoid. Okay. Stacks of thylakoid are connected with this lamella, which is also known as stroma lamellae. So, basically chloroplast is the structure where the photosynthesis is taking place. In the end, we will discuss about the significance of photosynthesis. As we all know, photosynthesis is the process by which plants are producing their food, which is known as glucose. Okay. So, first importance of this photosynthesis is that plant can produce their food by this process. Now, the second is it help in the purification of the air, as well as it maintains the oxygen and carbon dioxide balance, which means that plant will take the atmospheric carbon dioxide through stomata. When the plant will take this carbon dioxide, it will help in purification of the air. Now, when the plant will utilize this carbon dioxide to perform the process of photosynthesis, it will produce the food as well as it will release oxygen molecules. These oxygen molecules will be released through the stomata into the atmosphere. Now, we will utilize these oxygen molecules for our breathing purpose. So, this photosynthesis help the plant to prepare the food, as well as it also helps to purify the air and maintain oxygen and carbon dioxide balance. Okay. Thank you.